Nnamdi Kanu insists that Nigeria has been sold to China. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has claimed that Nigeria as a country has been sold to China through the Chinese Civil Engineering Construction Company, CCECC. Nnamdi Kanu stated this in reaction to a recent revelation by Nigerian Minister of Health, Dr. Osage Ohanere, that the President Muhammad Buhari-led federal government did not invite the Chinese doctors who came into the country last Wednesday to help with the fight against COVID-19. I think, in the first place, we didn't bring them in. And I think China Civil Engineering Construction Company, in its own wisdom and probably in its own corporate social responsibility, thought they should bring people in to come and help us and give advice. The minister had said. Kanu wondered how a foreign company had such authority to bring in the doctors into the country at a critical time like this. And the minister was not ashamed to say it on air. He noted that the same Chinese people that were busy humiliating Nigerians and other black Africans in their country were now the people running the government of Nigeria. What we know happened has now been confirmed. A government of scammers, forgers, and fraudsters have been caught in their own web of lies. Confusion upon confusion, lies upon lies, deceit upon deceit, fraud upon fraud, impunity upon impunity, Kanu wrote on Facebook. Shamefully, the Minister of Health has confirmed that a common Chinese company based in Abuja are the people effectively in charge of their COVID-19 response and strategy, which means the same Chinese people that are busy humiliating black Africans in their country are now the people running the government of Nigeria, as I have always maintained. Nigeria was formed by a British business venture by the name Royal Niger Company, and today its dismemberment is being presided by over another business entity, this time around the Chinese-owned China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation. Its executive director, Jacqueline Liao, is the one now firmly in charge of the government of Nigeria in the absence of Abakari and the rest of the Fulani looters. Nigeria started as a business and has ended as a business enterprise. Funny enough, it was from the same China that Frederick Lugard was recalled back to England and given the order to head to West Africa to take over the fledgling colony from Royal Niger Company. Ironically, it is also from the same China that another company, CCECC, has been mandated to preside over the end of Nigeria. Full circle of life completed for the animal kingdom, he wrote. Thank you for listening to this news. Viewers, it is clear, let me put it that way, that Chinese has taken over Nigeria. Chinese has taken charge of this country. This country has been subjected and submitted to the Chinese. I remember I said something of this kind before, that Nigerians should be careful, that the Chinese are now increasing in numbers, in person and in investment. Today in Nigeria, most employees of Nigerians are being managed by the Chinese boss. And most of the private organizations that we have in Nigeria today are being owned and controlled by the Chinese organization. The Chinese have one of the largest investments in Nigeria, and they are one of the major investors that we have here in Nigeria. When talking about the Nigerian economy, you are talking about the contribution of the Chinese people, that they contribute to the growth of the Nigerian GDP. That is to tell you that the Chinese has taken half of of this country. So we are not saying that it's wrong. Nobody is saying that. But then, precautionary motive, precautionary moves should be done before these people completely steal this country away from us and end up being in control of this country. Don't be surprised a Chinese will come up one day to contest as a president, and there will be a reason for that. So that is what I mean by applying precautionary moves. So this Chinese organization that is taking control of all the construction projects in Nigeria, I would say that the Nigerians should also carry out their investigation on this too, so that it will not look as if we cannot be able to do it as well. For crying out loud, there are still other construction companies in Nigeria. Major contracts in Nigeria cannot just be given to CCECC. Okay, now look at our even the very own our very own Julius Berger, and yet are now being denied of major contracts while being awarded to the Chinese construction company. I don't know. Is it because of their level of technology in the world, or because of their positive contribution to the GDP of the country, Nigeria? We should stop. It's our time we make the Chinese know that we know what we are doing, that we are giving them the chance and opportunity to come into this country and invest as much as they can. Doesn't mean that they would just decide to take up and take charge of the whole thing in the country. No, Chinese are the major investors we have in Nigeria. Their investments in Nigeria are unquestionable. I'm telling you, look at now recently, Chinese are now the ones covering almost all the online financial institution. All the online financial business that we have today are owned and controlled by the Chinese. You can imagine. You can imagine the length and level these people have gotten to. You can imagine. And that is the main reason why I said we should be careful with the way we handle the Chinese before they take over the country from us. They are very fast in technology and they know their their onion and also how to slice it. So my viewers, this is the little I can observe. What is your own observation? Please don't forget to leave them behind. Click on the subscription button as well as bell button to receive more updates. Thank you.